Now, Roma Wines presents
Suspense. Tonight, John Barby and Son, starring Thomas Mitchell.
Suspense is presented for your enjoyment by Roma Wines. That's R-O-M-A, Roma Wines. Those excellent California wines that can add so much pleasantness to the way you live, to your happiness in entertaining guests, to your enjoyment of everyday meals. Yes, right now a glassful would be very pleasant as Roma Wines bring you
Suspense. This is the Man in Black, here for the Roma Wine Company of Fresno, California, who tonight from Hollywood bring you as star Mr. Thomas Mitchell, who will soon be seen in the 20th Century Fox production, Captain Eddie. He appears this evening in a drama of desperate escape. And so with John Barby and Son, and with the performance of Thomas Mitchell, we again hope to keep you in suspense.
I'm afraid, Mary. For the first time since you've been gone, I'm afraid. I'm going to have to break my promise, Mary. I've tried. I've kept him out of sight, like you told me. I did just like you used to do when you were here, Mary. But it was that kitten that wandered into the place today. Carl didn't mean any harm. What he did, he didn't mean to do. It was just that he'd never held one in his arms before. And now they're coming for him tonight. They'll take him away. They'll take him to the home. Oh, if I could somehow just put them off for one more night. Oh, Mary, it would be easier if you were here. Carl, I told you to stay upstairs till I called you. Oh, no. You're to stay in your room. I'm not going to let them take you away. Maybe I'll think of something. I've got to think of something. Carl, I've got. No, be still. Go back to your room. Hide yourself. One moment. Here. Take my hand. No, come with me. You're to stay in your room and not make a sound. You're to be very quiet. Do you understand? If you do as I say, I might be able to keep you here one more night. Coming.
Mr. Barby?
Yes?
I'm Mr. Wilkes in the home. I've come for your son.
I know, but the boy is ill.
We'll take care of it. Far better than you can here alone with him.
But I'm afraid it's something contagious. He's broke out in a rash.
Are you sure?
Yes, he's got some sort of red spots all over him.
Well, I wouldn't want to run the risk of infection. I mean for the others at the home, of course.
Of course. That's what I mean, Mr. Wilkes.
Perhaps I'd better have a look at it.
Oh, please, Mr. Wilkes. The boy's asleep.
We'll have to wake him.
You don't understand, Mr. Wilkes. He's miserable since he knows he has to go. Don't wake him.
You have my sympathy, Mr. Barby, but I have my orders.
Well, if you could bring a doctor first thing in the morning, then you'd be sure of no one catching anything from him.
Well, I suppose that would be better.
Yes.
What about the neighbors?
Oh, they won't know. They've never even seen him before today. If it hadn't been for that kitten...
I can't go into that with you now, Mr. Barby.
No.
The animal's dead. Yes. However, under the circumstances, it might be better if I brought the doctor back with me in the morning.
Thank you, Mr. Wilkes.
But the boy's not to leave the house. Do you understand?
Yes.
We'll be here at 9 sharp in the morning. Good night.
Good night. Carl. No. It's all right. It's all right. Now, you can stay one more night. Well, Carl, I promised your mother that I'd never let them take you away. That I'd do anything before I let them do that. So what are we going to do? I know what happens to them at the home. I've seen them after they've been there a while. They'd be better off. Carl, how would you like to go away? Yes, how would you like to go someplace where they'd never reach you? Yes, that would be better, Carl. That would be much better. Here comes a truck, Carl. Now listen carefully. You're to hide in the bushes by the side of the road here. I'm going to flag him. If he stops to pick me up, you're to climb in the back of the truck without him seeing you. You're not to make a sound. You're not to try to say anything, and stay there until I call you to get out. Do you understand, Carl? Yes. Now get in the bushes.
Hello. Any trouble?
Could you give me a ride to San Diego?
Sure. Hop in.
Oh, thank you. Oh, just a moment.
Yes, anything wrong?
Yes, my glasses. I seem to have lost my glasses.
Oh, you dropped them?
Yes, I'll find them. I had them a minute ago.
Okay. You see out there?
I'll take a look around back here.
Want a flashlight?
Oh, never mind. Get in the back of the truck, Carl. Do you understand? Yes, that's it. I found them.
Oh, good.
Yes, right by the back of the truck here. Well, thanks for waiting.
Lucky break. Yeah. Tell you the truth, I don't usually stop for people, but it's so late and you're a little,
a little older than most you see on the highway.
Oh, I didn't mean that, but what's the matter? You have car trouble?
No, you know what transportation is in these days. I couldn't get a bus or a train.
Yeah, I know. Lots of soldiers and defense workers in these parts. Have to consider them, you know.
Oh, yes, of course, I know. Tell me, do you make this trip often?
Oh, yeah, twice a week.
Oh, I imagine you get pretty tired of it, don't you?
No, I like being out in the open.
Yes.
Hey, you hear that?
Yes.
I suppose he's getting restless.
Oh. Then you saw. What's that?
Oh, that's my cat.
What do you mean?
Oh, I picked up a stray cat back in Pedro.
Oh.
Cute little kitten. I got a box fixed up for him in the back of the truck. You know, it gets pretty cold up here.
A kitten?
Yeah. What's the matter?
Oh, my billfold. I seem to have lost it.
Have? Gee, when did that happen?
I don't know. I guess back where I dropped my glasses. I had it then.
Well, that's too bad, but I can't go back, you know.
Oh, no. I wouldn't expect you to. If you'll just let me out here, I'll catch another ride back.
Well, okay. If I was on my own time.
Oh, no. Thank you very much. It'll be all right.
Okay. Good luck. I hope you find it.
Just a moment.
Yeah?
The back end of your truck's open.
Oh, it is? Oh, well, I'll...
No. Don't get out. I'll close it for you.
Oh, thanks.
Get out, Carl. Run back from the road. Down the road, yes. It's all right now. You can drive on.
How's the kid?
Oh, he's all right. He's fine. You can drive on now.
Oh, well, thanks. So long.
Carl. Oh, no, you don't have to hide anymore, son. He's gone now. Oh, you were a good boy, Carl. You did just like I asked you to. And you didn't touch the kitten, did you? Come on now. We'll get other rides. We'll manage.
Tonight Tonight for Suspense, Roma Wines are bringing you as star Mr. Thomas Mitchell, whom you have heard in the first act of Mel Donnelly's radio play, John, Barby and Son. Tonight's tale of Suspense.
This is Truman Bradley for Roma Wine. Have you ever noticed the knack some women have for making their guests feel welcome, relaxed? Well, one such woman is the renowned hostess, Elsa Maxwell. And here's what she suggests you do the next time friends come to dinner.
Flatter your guests and make that dinner more enjoyable by serving good Roma California wine. You'll find Roma's Golden Sauterne is delicious with all main dishes, and particularly a delightful flavor mate with fish or fowl. 2-point-free foods now more popular than ever. Just be sure you serve that good Roma Sauterne well chilled. You'll enjoy the delightful bouquet, the superbly delicate flavor, and golden glory of this wine grower's masterpiece in any glassware.
Distinctive Roma wines are grown in California's choicest vineyards, beginning with choice wine grapes picked and gently pressed at the top of their flavor richness, then watched over and developed with all the ancient winemaker's skill of Roma's famed wineries. The quality of Roma wines never varies. Always the same tempting flavor, yet all this goodness is yours for only pennies a glass. No wonder more Americans enjoy Roma than any other wine. R-O-M-A, Roma wine.
And now it is with pleasure that we bring back to our soundstage Mr. Thomas Mitchell, who resumes his role as father and fugitive in John, Barby and Son, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
It was a long walk, Carl? But we'll get us a room now and get some rest. I'm going in alone. It's not good for us to be seen together. You wait here on this bench, and you're not to talk to anyone. Not to anyone. Do you understand? I won't be long.
Good evening, sir.
I'd like to have a room, please.
Oh, you're very lucky, sir. I've just had a single vacated.
Oh, you haven't a double?
Oh, I'm sorry, I haven't. I thought you were alone.
Oh, well, I am, but I prefer a double bed.
I'm afraid you're going to have trouble finding any kind of a room in San Diego, sir. We're lucky to have this one.
Yes, I'll take it. It'll be all right.
All right, sign here, please. Yes. It's really not a small bed. It's 3/4 size. Here's your key, sir.
Oh, that's fine. Thank you. Oh, could you tell me, is it on the ground floor?
Huh? Why, no, it isn't.
Oh.
Had you wanted it on the ground floor?
Yes. You see, I'm a little nervous about fires.
Oh, well, there's a fire escape just down the hall from you.
Oh, there is? That'll be all right then. I've got to get. I'm going out for a while. I'll be back later. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Did you hear that, Miss White?
Yeah.
Can't sleep in a single bed. Afraid of fires.
I'll tell you, you meet all kinds, don't you?
You certainly do.
I'm right behind you, Carl. Yes, son. Nothing to be afraid of. Never been on a fire escape before, have you? It's fun, isn't it? It's only a little ways now. Here, take my arm. Here we are. Now, you stay back until I look in the window first. See if anyone's in the hallway. Huh? It's all right. Sure, it's all right. It's all right. Come on. I'll help you through. Someone's coming. Stay out there, Carl. No. Stay out there on the fire escape. Don't make a sound.
Oh, Mr. Wilson.
Oh, good evening.
Aren't you at the wrong end of the hallway, sir?
Yes,
Can't you find your room?
yes, but I was just looking around.
Oh, the fire escape.
Yes.
I see. You wanted to try it out, huh?
I'm a little nervous.
I understand, sir. Would you like me to show you how to get out onto it?
Oh, no, thank you. I've been out there already.
Oh, you have?
Uh-huh.
Well, you feel better about it then?
Yes, thank you.
Anything I can do for you, sir?
Oh, no, I'll be getting to my room now.
Well, I guess we'd better close this window. It looks like a rain.
I'll close it.
Okay, sir. Good night, Mr. Wilson. I hope you sleep well, sir.
Good night. It's all right. Come on, Carl. Careful now. Follow me, quickly. There now. Hungry, Carl? Well, I'll get us something to eat. Then we'll have a good night's rest.
Miss White.
Yeah?
I just found the old boy up in the hallway. He was trying out the fire escape. Can you beat it?
When?
Just now.
Well, but how did he get up to his room? He didn't come back through the lobby.
What? He didn't.
No. I know I would have seen him.
He must have used the fire escape then. Hey, there's something funny going on around here.
Hey, look, it's his room. Office? No. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Wilson, but we don't have meals sent up anymore. There's a cocktail lounge and a restaurant on the roof. Oh, it's really quite nice. And there's a terrace where you can step out and get a wonderful view of the entire city. Yes, sir. You're welcome. Meals sent up. I guess he don't know there's a war on.
That fire escape business puzzles me, and now he wants his meals sent up.
Say, do you suppose he's got somebody up there with him?
I don't know, but I'd certainly like to take a look at his room. And I think I will if he goes out.
That's a good idea.
Now, I won't be long, Carl. But you're not to make a sound while I'm gone. And if someone comes to the door, don't you answer it. And if someone starts to unlock it, you hide. Here. Hide here in this closet. You understand? Remember now, no noise. Do everything I tell you, and everything will be all right. Yes. I get you something to eat, and I'll be right back.
Well, going out again, Mr. Wilson?
Yes, I am. To get a little something to eat.
Have a nice dinner.
Thank you.
Yeah?
Have Frank take the board. Let you and I go upstairs. We'll have a look around while he's gone.
Okay. Frank,
Yes, ma'am.
you saw the old man that just went out the door?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, we're going up to his room. If he comes back before we return, ring twice to warn us.
Yes, ma'am.
Why are you knocking?
I have a feeling someone's in there.
Well, if there is, they're not coming to the door. Not if he sneaked them into the hotel.
Oh, yes, I suppose you're right. I guess I'd better unlock it. Well, there's nothing unusual here.
Look at this bundle of things, though.
What do you mean?
Well, here's a cap.
Well, that looks like a boy's. Still, it might be his.
He wasn't wearing a cap when he come in.
No, he wasn't.
Should I look in the closet?
No, I don't think we need bother. If he did have someone in here, they're not here now.
Well, I just think I'll take a look, as long as we're here. That's Frank.
Well, he couldn't have had his dinner that fast.
Maybe Frank's made a mistake. I'll see. Frank? Yeah? All right, we'll be out. He says he's carrying a package. Must have brought something back to eat here in the room.
Come on, Miss White. We'd better get out of here.
Hey, we'd better go down the stairs.
I think he'll be coming up in the elevator.
Come on. Miss White,
What's the matter?
you've walked off with the cap.
Great Scott, I have. I didn't realize... what do we do? Shall I go back?
No. I don't think you'd better.
No.
He'll be up here any minute.
Yeah. Well, maybe he won't miss it, and we can put it back if he goes out again.
Yes. Come on. Yes, sir. Top floor.
Thank you. Here we are. Milk and... Carl. Carl, where are you? What are you doing in the closet? Was somebody here, Carl? Someone's been here. Where's your cap that was on the bed there? Who's here?
Evening. I'd like to see the manager.
He's not in. I'm in charge. Could I help you?
I'm Detective Bowen.
Oh.
We're checking hotels in the vicinity for a certain John Barby. Have you anyone registered with that name?
No, I don't believe I have. But what kind of a looking man is he?
Older man, about his 60s.
Hey, wait. I have someone here who answers that description. He's been acting peculiar, too. But he's registered under the name of Wilson. Here it is. John Wilson. He might be the one you're looking for, and I have a hunch he is.
Is he in his room now?
Yes. He went up just a short time ago.
I'd like to go up. Here's my badge.
Oh.
What's the room number?
408. Is it something serious?
Yeah. Murder.
Oh,
I don't think he's the type to make trouble, but I think it'll be easier if he opens the door himself.
Well, I'll say that it's something about his moving to a double room. Mr. Wilson? Oh, Mr. Wilson, I have another room I think you'd be interested in seeing. I don't think anyone's there.
Have you a pass key?
Oh, yes.
Open the door.
But
That's all right. I have a gun. I'll stand back out of sight.
There's no one here.
Look back at the door.
No. Here, maybe the closet here. Say, he must have had somebody with him after all.
What do you mean?
Well, he registered alone, and I suspected there was someone with him, but look on the dresser there. 2 bottles of milk and 2 sandwiches.
You haven't been touched either. You must have left here in a hurry. Is there a fire escape on this floor?
Oh, yes, there is. And I found him looking it over right after he moved in.
Well, come on, let's have a look at it.
Yes. Right this way, please. Down the hall here. Look, the window's open. He must have gone out that way.
Have a look outside. No one down below. You must have just missed him.
Look, Mr. Bowen.
What is it?
There's somebody up above. Somebody's climbing in the window at the top of the fire escape.
That's him. Come on.
Wait. He'll be quicker going up to the elevator. He can't get away. There's a cocktail lounge on the top floor. We'll catch him there. There's no place else for him to go.
Careful now. Careful. Go through the window, Carl. That's the boy, Carl. They're following us. I know that. They'll always follow us. You've got to do everything I tell you now. You've got to understand. Come on. Pardon me, sir. Is there a terrace room on the floor?
Oh, yes, there is. You'll get a wonderful view of the city. It's straight ahead through the cocktail lounge.
Thank you.
Oh, isn't it beautiful? Just look at the skyline. And Coronado over there.
Nice, isn't it, Carl? Carl, if they catch up with us, it means you'll have to go back to the home. You understand that, don't you? We promised your mother we would never let that happen, and we're not going to.
Oh, look at that man over there. He's climbing up over the iron fence.
Hey there, you better get back.
Oh, somebody stop him.
It isn't going to hurt much, Carl. It'll be quick.
Mr. Barby, don't.
Stay where you are. This is my affair.
Now, Mr. Barby, that isn't going to do anybody any good. Now, just listen to me a moment.
If you come a step closer...
I won't. But listen to me.
What do you want?
Now, Mr. Barby, don't jump. Come back with me. They'll go easy on you.
You'll not take him back to that home. I know what happens to them there.
Now, Mr. Barby, you're ill. You don't know what you're doing. You're... Now,
I tell you not to come any closer.
All right, I won't. But listen now.
I'll not listen to anything. I know what's best for my boy. I promised his mother, didn't I, son?
What? Who are you talking to there, Mr. Barby?
Don't pay any attention to them, Carl.
What, you think the boy's there with you?
Are you ready, Carl? You don't want to go back to that home, do you?
Mr. Barby. Now, there's nobody there with you.
What? What did you say?
I say there's nobody there with you.
Nobody. What kind of a trick is this?
Well, you're just imagining things. You're ill. Now, they'll go easy on you, I promise you that.
There's nobody here with me?
No. Your son's dead. What you're going to do now won't help anything.
Well, this is my son here by my side.
No, Mr. Barby. No one's by your side.
This is a trick. Oh, I see it now. You were trying to confuse me, to keep me busy talking, so this man could sneak up behind me. Is that it?
Mr. Barby, now we're just trying to save your life. Now come back away from that ledge and let us talk.
No, I've had enough of your tricks. Are you ready, Carl?
No. Don't let him.
It won't hurt much, Carl.
Oh, no.
Take my hand, son. Take my hand.
Oh, my dear. Oh, that's terrible.
May I ask what he was wanted for?
Murder.
Murder?
Yeah. He killed his son last night. The authorities are going to take the boy away to a home. And I guess his mind just snapped. It's probably better this way. Because he thought the boy was with him. Right to the end.
And so closes John Barby and Son, starring Thomas Mitchell, tonight's study in Suspense. Suspense is produced, edited, and directed by William Spears.
Before Mr. Mitchell returns to our microphone, this is Truman Bradley for Roma Wine. Genuine cordiality, unaffected simplicity. These are qualities that have made Miss Elsa Maxwell's hospitality famous the world over. In her own words,
friendliness and hospitality begin at home. And there's no better or simpler way than with a glass of distinctive Roma wine. I suggest Roma Tokay, a most delightful wine, to be enjoyed any time, any place. Serve with coffee or dessert, as a delightful finishing touch to your meals. Or set out Roma California Tokay with cheese and crackers when friends drop in. Roma Tokay is a velvety, flame-colored wine, moderately sweet, light, with a slightly nutty flavor. Be sure it's Roma Tokay you serve.
that's a mighty worthwhile idea, Miss Maxwell's. Try Roma Tokay and the other Roma wines, too. You can depend on Roma wines to be always delicious, always pleasing to the palate, of unvarying fine quality. And the next time you use vermouth, sweet or dry, choose Roma vermouth. Zestful, herb-flavored Roma vermouth is blended, mellowed, and developed with all the traditional wine-making skill of Roma wineries, yet surprisingly low priced. Try Roma vermouth soon, will you?
This is Thomas Mitchell. It's been a great pleasure to appear here tonight on Suspense, a program for which all actors have a unique regard. Next Thursday, my old friend Edward G. Robinson will be your star. Mr. Spears has been telling me a little about the story. Sounds like surely the most remarkable predicament a man ever got himself into over his wife. I'm sure you won't want to miss it. I know I won't. Night.
Remember, next Thursday, same time, you will hear Mr. Edward G. Robinson as star of Suspense.
Presented by Roma Wine. R-O-M-A. Made in California for enjoyment throughout the world. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Now, Roma Wine presents Suspense. Tonight, My Wife Geraldine, starring Edward G. Robinson. Suspense is presented for your enjoyment by Roma Wine. That's R-O-M-A, Roma Wine. Those excellent California wines that can add so much pleasantness to the way you live, to your happiness in entertaining guests, to your enjoyment of everyday meals. Yes, right now a glassful would be very pleasant as Roma Wines bring you Suspense.
This is the Man in Black, here for the Roma Wine Company of Fresno, California, to raise the curtain on another study in suspense. Tonight from Hollywood, Roma Wines bring you a star, Mr. Edward G. Robinson, in the story of an amazing hope and a phantom love that led a man along the steep and dangerous bypaths of sanity. And so with My Wife Geraldine, and with the performance of Edward G. Robinson in the role of Geraldine's husband, we again hope to keep you in suspense.
Mr. Graham. Mr. Graham. I know you're in there, Mr. Graham. You better open up. It's important. All right, I'll use my passkey then. Oh, why are you sitting in the dark, Mr. Graham?
Go away. Leave me alone.
I've something to tell you. How can you sit here in the dark alone at a time like this? Gives me the creeps. Where's that light switch? Now, isn't that better with the lights on?
What do you want? Why do you keep bothering me? I told you I'm not hungry.
All right. I just brought this soup along in case. Now, listen to what I have to say, Mr. Graham.
Well, I can't very well help myself, can I?
That detective is coming back for you. He'll be here in just a few minutes.
Why are you telling me this?
I don't know. It won't do you any good unless I wanted to.
What are you driving at?
Did you kill your wife, Mr. Graham?
Oh, that's a good one.
And the others. Did you really kill all those women?
All what women?
They say you're that wife killer. The one the newspapers call the Black Widower.
Well, aren't you afraid being all alone in the same room with the Black Widower?
No, not exactly. Besides, they say he only kills women he's married to.
Well, then I should propose to you without further delay, Miss Barton.
Please don't joke. There's not time for it. I know a way for you to get out without being seen. There are police all around the house, but I know a way.
I'm not interested.
I wasn't going to tell you anyway. Not unless I discovered that it wasn't true. About your being that murderer.
Well, the police say I killed Geraldine. They ought to know.
They found her body, Mr. Graham.
Found her. Found Geraldine. Oh, no, this is too good. Who identified her? You?
You forget, Mr. Graham. I scarcely ever saw her close enough to identify her.
Yes, but you did see her.
Well, after all, a person could hardly live in the same house for close on to 6 months without catching a glimpse of Geraldine.
Yes, of course.
Mr. Graham, you haven't much time.
What do you want, Miss Barton? A nice, juicy confession? Yes, that would be useful, wouldn't it? We'd never have to take in roomers again. You could charge admission to this house. And this is the room where the Black Widower confessed all to me. I couldn't help it, he said. It was a compulsion. I loved her, but I had to kill her. It was just like all the others.
I'm sorry, Mr. Graham. I won't bother you again. If you need anything... Well, I'll go.
No, wait. I've hurt your feelings, haven't I? Sit down. It's better with you here. Really it is.
Just tell me one thing and I'll go, Mr. Graham. Did you kill her? Not the others, but her.
Well, why Geraldine especially?
Because you loved her so. It was the most beautiful thing that ever happened to me. Sharing your happiness with her. The talks we used to have about her. The way you used to...
Oh, stop it.
I'm sorry.
I'll tell you. You won't believe it, but I'll tell you.
Oh, please do, Mr. Graham.
And, this may seem strange, but I shall have to exact a solemn promise from you never to tell anyone what I'm about to reveal.
I suppose it's wrong, but very well. You have my promise.
Well, to begin with, I couldn't possibly have killed Geraldine.
Then they've made a mistake. She's still alive.
No, she's not alive.
Oh, you knew that all along?
Of course. You see, my wife, Geraldine, never even existed.
Tonight for Suspense, Roma Wines are bringing you as star Mr. Edward G. Robinson, whom you have heard in the prologue to My Wife, Geraldine, a radio play by Robert Tallman from a story by Lawrence Marcus. Tonight's tale of Suspense.
This is Truman Bradley for Roma Wines. To millions all over the world, the name Elsa Maxwell stands for gracious hospitality. Her suggestions on entertaining are eagerly sought, and here's an especially timely one.
Planning a simple dinner for friends during these days of food rationing calls for imagination. Yet any hostess can compliment family and guests and make simple foods temptingly attractive. I suggest the simple and inexpensive touch that Roma lends, making party fare out of the most ordinary supper. Serve cool Roma red burgundy with the meal. If possible, too, dine by candlelight. The tart piquancy of deliciously robust Roma California burgundy and the soft, flattering lighting heightens the pleasure of dining. Remember, though, the important thing is to serve and enjoy good Roma wine with the dinner.
Dinner by candlelight with brilliant, distinctive Roma wine. Truly an appealing idea. And as Miss Maxwell suggests, delicious Roma California burgundy is the subtle note that tones up the occasion. Roma burgundy, like all Roma wines, is of unvarying goodness. The goodness of selected grapes, picked at their best in California's choicest vineyards, then guided to flavor fullness by the ancient wine-making skill of Roma's famed wineries. Serve Roma wine regularly. It costs only pennies a glass. Remember, more Americans enjoy Roma than any other wine. R-O-M-A, Roma wine.
And now it is with pleasure that we bring back to our sound stage Edward G. Robinson in My Wife, Geraldine, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
I'd better go back to the beginning, before Geraldine, shall we say.
I was a bachelor, Miss Barton, what they call a confirmed bachelor. My mother was left a widow at the time of my life when most young men start going out with girls. She was an invalid. Well, you know how it is. It's an old story. In those days, Geraldine was only a sort of vague picture in my mind. She didn't have any name. She was only the girl that I hoped one day to marry. As the years passed by, the hope faded. But as it faded, the image of the girl became more vivid. I had always admired Geraldine Farrar, and so I named my dream girl Geraldine. I used to ride the commuting train to my job in the city, and I got to know all the regular commuters who rode in the same smoking car. They were all married men. Good morning, Holmes. Oh, morning, Jackson. Smith.
Hello, Graham.
Oh. Hey, fellas, did I tell you my wife's expecting again?
You don't say.
Well, congratulations, Smith, old boy.
Thanks.
How's about a bet?
$5 says it's another girl.
I'm betting on twins. Odds 1,000,000 to 1.
What's your bet, Graham?
Oh, my bet? Oh, well, I don't have any children, you see, and
What's your wife raised? Pekingese poodles?
Yeah. Now that I think of it, you've never mentioned your wife in all the times we've been riding together, Graham.
Well, my wife, Geraldine, I'll show you her picture someday.
She must be a raving beauty. Graham wouldn't be so quiet about it. Huh, fellas?
I always knew Graham was nursing some secret. Now it's out. An extravagant wife.
No, Geraldine is not extravagant. I don't like your tone of voice, Holmes. You're speaking of my wife.
Oh, no, wait a minute. He was only...
I can see you haven't been married very long, Graham.
I don't believe he's married at all.
Oh, you don't? Well, let me tell you something. Not all marriages are like yours. Some people stay in love. I think I may safely say that Geraldine and I will always be in love. Well, that was how it started. When I thought about it afterwards, I was astonished at my behavior. I got as angry at the slighting remarks they had made about Geraldine as if Geraldine had been a real person and really my wife. Well, they all wanted to believe in Geraldine. And after my mother died, she became more and more real to me and more necessary.
Come in.
You sent for me, Mr. Potter?
Yes, Graham. Have a chair. Cigar?
Oh, thanks.
Well, the cat's out of the bag. Congratulations.
Oh.
You're in for a promotion and a raise in pay.
Oh, well, thank you, Mr. Potter.
Not at all. Glad to have another married man on our payroll.
Oh.
Just a technicality, Graham.
Yes, sir.
So as to justify this raise with our main office, will you bring around your marriage license?
Yes, but, Mr.
It's
Potter...
a company rule, Graham. Got to do it. For all we know, you might be this black widower fella. The one that's married all those women on fake marriage licenses and then killed them for their cash and jewelry. Yes, sir. Some women will marry anybody. Even you, eh, Graham? Well, no offense, old man.
Well, I guess I'd better be getting back to the job.
That's the spirit. Don't forget that marriage license.
No, sir, I won't forget. Yes, sir. Are you, Fred Bell?
Yeah?
Well, look, I'm in sort of a spot. I've just changed jobs, and for the record, you understand, I have to show them my marriage license. By George, I've lost it, and I don't know what to do.
Who sent you here, mister?
A fellow roomer in my hotel, Frank McGuire.
Oh. Well, you know, I'm sticking my neck way out on this. It's going to cost you dough.
And now it became necessary for me to change my mode of life even more. I could scarcely go on living in bachelor quarters with Geraldine. And that brought me to you, Miss Barton, remember?
Yes?
I saw your advertisement in the Morning Herald. A furnished apartment.
Oh, yes. Come in, won't you?
Thank you.
You better set your bag down in the hall here. No use lugging it upstairs till you've seen the place.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Right up these stairs.
Thank you.
Is it just you alone?
Oh, no. Myself and wife.
Oh.
Well, she works late in the war plant, so she gave me the rather unpleasant job of finding a place.
Well, this is it. 2 rooms and a small kitchen.
Oh.
The bath's in there.
Yes. Looks very nice.
A good vanity table for your wife.
Oh, yes. I'm sure she'd like that especially.
There's plenty of closet space for her clothes.
The clothes?
Well, if she's anything like most women, I'll bet that isn't all of her clothes in that one suitcase.
No, of course not. Oh, goodness, no.
Well, I don't give a hang for clothes myself. Maybe that's why I'm an old maid.
Oh, no, you don't do it. Well, what is the rent?
$10 a week. That we could get more, but since your wife...
Yes, well, all right, I'll take it. Here's the first month's rent.
Now, I'd better give you a receipt for this.
Well, it's not necessary, but my wife likes to hang on to such things for some reason. So you'd better make it out to her. Mrs. Graham, Geraldine Graham.
All right, Mr. Graham.
And now I better go back to our old place and bring over the rest of our...
What size does your wife wear, Mr. Graham?
Why, I don't know exactly. What size do you...
Well, I wear 16. She'll probably be in to have them altered anyway. Now, here's a little model that just came in.
Oh, no. That won't do at all. That's much too fussy for Geraldine.
Well, perhaps it would help if you could describe her for me.
Well, she has a kind of a gentle dignity in bearing, if you know what I mean. Her hair is taffy-colored with little gold lights in it. And her eyes. Her eyes are a kind of a luminous gray-green color. Some days they look green, and other days they're gray with gold flecks in them. Her features are delicate, but strongly molded. Sensitive, but not fragile. And her skin is fair, almost translucent, with just a sprinkling of freckles when she's been out in the sun for a day. She tries to cover them up, of course, as all women do, and she's, she's not exactly...
How long have you been married?
What? Why, only a short time.
I thought so.
Well, I'm not much good at describing people, especially people I know awfully well.
On the contrary, you're almost too good at it. You've made me feel I've met her.
You see, she was becoming more and more definite all the time. Remember how you dropped in to see me, us, that day? Oh, come in, Miss Barton.
I thought I could help you with your unpacking.
Well, perhaps you could help with my wife's things. She gets home so late, I'd like to have everything arranged for her.
Oh, what lovely clothes. And that suit.
Yes.
Why, just look at that suit. It's new, isn't it?
Well, I think it is. I'm not sure.
Of course it is. This is the suit I've had my eye on. I wanted it for Easter.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Why, she's just my size, too.
Why? Yes, I believe she is.
Well, she must be just about my coloring, too, judging from her clothes.
Well, yes. There is something about the hair and eyes.
Oh, I can't wait to see what she's like.
Well, don't be surprised if you don't see her for some time. She comes in quite late and leaves so early in the morning that sometimes even I wonder if she's really been home, or I just imagined it.
Well, I must say, you're a gentleman to put up with it.
Well, she gets a kick out of this war job. And after all, it's only for the duration.
You must be very much in love, Mr. Graham.
Well, Geraldine and I are an unusual couple, Miss Barton. But so far, I believe that our marriage is an unqualified success. And
So the legend of Geraldine grew. Fellows at my office used to kid me about my ideal marriage.
Hey, Jack, what's the matter with Graham? He hasn't phoned his wife for nearly an hour.
Oh, come now. Maybe they had a fight.
Oh, not Romeo and Geraldine. Graham. How do you do it, Graham?
Well,
my wife broke a plate over my head at our honeymoon breakfast, and we've had to buy 3 new sets of dishes every year, ever since.
How do I do it? Watch this. I'll give you a lesson. I pick up the phone and dial a number at random. It was a little act I put on every day for their benefit.
Unique Garage, Harry speaking.
Hello, darling. Do you still love me?
Hey, you got the wrong party, bud. This is the Unique Garage.
Of course I do.
Huh?
Say it again, honey, just like that.
Okay, you dumb. This is the Unique Garage, Harry speaking. Now, what do you want?
Of course I don't mind you buying a new hat. Was it the crazy little one with the bird on it? The one you told me about?
And I got no time for gags. Are you a friend of somebody here?
Well, what do you say we go out to the show tonight and break it in, hmm?
Break what in?
Why, of course I've missed you. I can't be away from you for 10 seconds without feeling lost and lonely. Darling.
I'm sorry, darling, but I got a heavy date tonight at the El Morocco. Goodbye, you lush.
Oh, honey, you haven't been seeing him again. Yes, I know he's a friend of your sister's. Yes, I mean your sister Geraldine, but I know Geraldine, but I don't want that man around the house. Hmm? Yes, always and always, darling. Goodbye. How clever I thought myself that day, injecting that little discordant note, just that hint of jealousy into my one-sided conversation with Geraldine. How could I have known that it would be used against me later? How could I have known that my whole new life was to fall to pieces? Because it was that afternoon that the accident happened. A piece of equipment struck me in the head. When I regained consciousness, Mr. Potter was sitting beside my bed there in the company hospital.
Well, where is she? Look, she's got to be notified, old fellow. Next to kin, you know. It's a law, I believe. If she isn't at home...
Now, please don't ask me any more questions.
Now, look here, Graham. Forget that I'm your employer. Think of me as a friend. You can tell me. What is it? Has she left you?
No.
Well, then where is she?
Well, I won't say any more. I was going to tell you everything, but I know you wouldn't believe me. I'll just say this. There's no use you're looking for her. You won't find her.
You don't want the police mixed up in this, do you, Graham?
Oh, I don't care. I'll go to prison. I'll do whatever I must, but I won't answer any more questions about Geraldine. Well, you know the rest of the story, Miss Barton. When they released me from the hospital this morning, I knew it was only a matter of time until I'd be arrested for the murder of Geraldine. I didn't know they'd find her body quite so soon. But I'm rather glad they did. Now my secret will never be known. Geraldine is as real in death as she was to me in life.
Oh, Mr. Graham, aren't you glad you told me your story?
Yes. Yes, I knew you'd understand somehow. But remember your promise.
But, Mr. Graham, you can't let yourself be hanged for the murder of a woman who never existed. Now listen to me. When that detective comes back, tell him all these things.
No, I will not, Miss Barton. Let them think I'm the Black Widower.
Oh, but...
I even forged the marriage license.
Oh, Mr. Graham, if only I'd known
the
you then.
police description. No, it's all too perfect. Apparently, this Black Widower and I look startlingly alike. You see, it's quite hopeless.
Mr. Graham, that's the detective now. What are you going to do?
Nothing. I'm tired. I'll be glad to get it over. I couldn't bear to tell them about Geraldine. I couldn't stand for people to read about her and me in the papers and go about making cruel jokes over us. I don't care about saving my own life at that cost.
Oh, please.
That's why I made you give me your solemn promise to keep our secret, Miss Barton. But before they come in, I'd just like to say, you've been wonderful. You know, you're rather light
Geraldine?
Mr. Graham. Oh, George. My poor darling.
All right, put the bracelets on him, Riley. Bring the woman along for questioning.
Just a moment, officer. You're making a terrible mistake. Listen to me. He is not the Black Widower.
We know that, lady. They picked that one up in Albany a couple of hours ago.
You found the Black Widower. Oh, George.
What's that? My goodness.
But your friend, Mr. Graham, here, has still got some explaining to do.
Such
as what happened to his wife. We've got a corpus delicti and everything, you know.
Well, very well, officer. I guess
Will you be quiet, George? Officer, can I believe the evidence of my own ears? Do you say there is some question regarding Mr. Graham's wife?
That's right. His wife.
Well, it seems to me that a lot of trouble could have been spared if you had asked me about it.
What do you mean?
Now, please, my dear. You promised.
You see, I am Geraldine Graham.
Well, I don't want... Hey, listen, what's this? You're his wife.
He has no other.
Now, please. It's very kind of you, but it's no use. You see, officer, you won't believe me, but Geraldine never existed.
My husband has had a very serious accident. He isn't quite right in the head yet, and you are not helping matters.
Oh, Riley, get that phone, will you?
Sure.
Now then, let's get this straight once and for all.
Riley speaking. What? Yeah? Hold everything. Hey, it's headquarters on the phone. They've identified the woman's corpus delicti. Her name is Oymundsrud Bovak. She fell off a tugboat.
Well, why didn't they say so in the first place? Well, folks, it looks like we had a little misunderstanding all around. You know how it is. Well, take care of yourself, Mr. Graham. Goodbye, Mrs. G. I'm pleased to have made your acquaintance. Come on, Riley, come on.
Miss Barton, Agnes, I don't really know.
George.
Yes?
What was Geraldine like? I mean, what did she look like?
Well, really, my dear, Geraldine? Well, she has a kind of a gentle dignity and a grace of bearing. Her hair is taffy-colored with little gold lights in it. And her eyes are a kind of luminous gray-green color. Her skin is fair, almost translucent, with just a sprinkling of freckles when she's been out in the sun for a day. She tries to cover them up, of course, as all women do, and...
I always do. You know, George, I was just looking in the mirror here while you were... Well, my hair is taffy-colored, and a little gold light in it. That was very observant of you, George. And my eyes... Would you really say gray-green?
And my goodness, I do believe... Miss Barton, Agnes, do you suppose...
That we could be married immediately? I rather think that can be arranged. And thank you for your nice proposal.
My dear. Darling.
Oh. George, what is Geraldine going to think of all this?
She'll be furious.
And so closes My Wife, Geraldine, starring Edward G. Robinson. Jeanette Nolan appeared as Agnes opposite Mr. Robinson in tonight's study in Suspense. Suspense is produced, edited, and directed by William Spear.
Before Mr. Robinson returns to our microphone, this is Truman Bradley for Roma Wines. One woman recognized as knowing all the niceties of entertaining is the world-famous hostess, Miss Elsa Maxwell. She has this to say about simple wartime entertaining.
Good friends and good Roma sherry. These are the makings of a pleasant evening. Roma California sherry is ideal for any occasion, before dinner with appetizers or during friendly afternoon or evening visits. You and your guests will enjoy the light, nut-like flavor of glorious amber-colored Roma sherry. And for fullest enjoyment, serve cool.
Delicious and distinguished as they are, Roma wines cost only pennies a glass. Serve and enjoy them often. Remember, more Americans enjoy Roma than any other wine. R-O-M-A, Roma wines. And next time you use vermouth, sweet or dry, choose Roma vermouth. Zestful, full-flavored Roma vermouth is blended, mellowed, and developed with all the traditional winemaking skill of Roma wineries, yet surprisingly low-priced. Try Roma vermouth soon, won't you?
This is Edward G. Robinson. I have certainly enjoyed appearing here this evening on Suspense, and I want to tell you how much I'm looking forward to hearing next week's broadcast in this series. My friend James M. Cain, who wrote Double Indemnity and the film version of which I had the honor of appearing this year, is the author of another wonderful suspense story called Love's Lovely Counterfeit. You will hear it next Thursday, and your star will be Mr. Humphrey Bogart. Remember him? I used to knock him off every morning before breakfast. Well, that sounds like quite a show, and I know you won't want to miss it. Edward G. Robinson is currently starring in the international production The Woman in the Window. Next Thursday, same time, Mr. Humphrey Bogart will be your star of Suspense.
Presented by Roma Wines. R-O-M-A. Made in California for enjoyment throughout the world. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System. Now, Roma Wines present
Suspense. Tonight, Roma Wines present Humphrey Bogart in Love's Lovely Counterfeit.
Suspense is presented for your enjoyment by Roma Wines. That's R-O-M-A, Roma Wines. Those excellent California wines that can add so much pleasantness to the way you live, to your happiness in entertaining guests, to your enjoyment of everyday meals. Yes, right now a glassful would be very pleasant as Roma Wines bring you
Suspense. This is the Man in Black, here for the Roma Wine Company of Fresno, California, who tonight from Hollywood bring you as star Mr. Humphrey Bogart, who is currently being seen in the Warner Brothers production To Have and Have Not. Mr. Bogart appears with us tonight in a characteristic tale by James M. Cain, the author of Double Indemnity and other noted contributions to the literature of dangerous adventure and troubled romance. And so, with Love's Lovely Counterfeit and with the performance of Humphrey Bogart, Roma Wines again hope to keep you in suspense.
All right, Lefty, open up. Oh, it's you, Ben. Come on in, Ben.
Sal here yet?
No, not yet, but he ought to be pretty soon, huh?
What's he got on his mind?
I wouldn't know, Ben.
Okay. Hey, what's that coming down the street?
Oh, that must be those poor suckers, the Citizens League. They're having a political parade. Yeah, there they are. You can see them through the window.
That must be Jansen, huh? The guy they're running for mayor.
That's right.
Who's the doll riding with him?
What's the matter? Don't you read the paper?
Sure. Yeah, I read a little Abner. Who's that, Davy May?
Her name is June Lyon. She's his new secretary or something, but everybody says she's the brains of his campaign.
Yeah? I could use a little brains like that myself.
Not that kind you couldn't, not that missionary kind.
What about this Jansen?
I keep forgetting that you're new around here. Jansen doesn't have a chance.
Well, he's putting out a lot of publicity. He must have some dough behind him.
Yeah, but you can't elect a reform ticket in a town like this, Ben. Saul's machine is too strong, not unless you got some dirt. Some real dirty dirt that smells so bad people can't ignore it. And who's going to get anything on Saul with half of the police force on his payroll?
Saul isn't even worried, huh?
Why should he be? Saul puts up the dough, Maddox wins again, and Saul keeps on running the town. Oh, that must be Saul now.
Hiya, Lefty. Hiya, Benny.
Hiya.
See your draft board today?
Yeah, I saw him.
What'd they say?
Same thing. I still got that hernia from football.
That football hernia comes in pretty handy, don't it?
What's that crack supposed to mean?
What's the matter, Benny? Can't you take a joke?
Sure. I can take a joke.
What you got on this afternoon, Benny?
I guess you forgot. This is my day off.
I said, what you got on this afternoon?
Nothing that I can remember now. Why?
Little job.
What kind of a job?
I got a tip. Some friends of mine may be in a little trouble. Something about a bank.
Why don't you stick to the bookies and the gambling, Sal? You'd be safer.
Listen, Benny. Anytime you think you're big enough to run this business, just let me know. I'll be glad to work something out for you.
What's the job?
These kids are going to crack the Castleton First National just after closing time. They got a room here in this hotel, room 480. They'll be back here about 3:30. You see, I own this hotel, and I want you to go up and collect the room rent. I'm giving them good protection, so I figure it'll come to about $20,000.
Yeah? We'll figure on getting somebody else to collect it.
Huh?
I said get somebody else. I don't like guns, and I don't like gunsels, and you know it.
Listen, you punk. You think you're a big guy, don't you? A big guy with muscles, and I'm just a little guy. That's what you think, isn't it? But if you try to cross me, I'll have you crawling to me on your knees. When I get through with you, you'll beg me to use a gun on you because you're yellow, aren't you? Aren't you?
What's the room number?
480.
Come on, Lefty.
Yeah, okay. Gee, that was lousy.
Skip it.
You're going to do it, though, aren't you?
Sure. I'll see you up there, 3:15. Oh, by the way, what'd you say that dame's name was?
What dame?
That dame was Jansen, that brains of the opposition.
You mean June Lyon?
Yeah, that's it.
Now, wait a minute, Ben. You know that's poison. If Saul ever thought that...
You know, Lefty, Miss Lyons interests me in more ways than one. Tonight for Suspense, Roma Wines are bringing you as star Mr. Humphrey Bogart, whom you have heard in the first act of Love's Lovely Counterfeit, a radio play from the novel by James M. Cain, which is tonight's tale of suspense presented by Roma Wines.
This is Truman Bradley for Roma Wines. Mention the name of Elsa Maxwell, and you picture a famous hostess, expert in every phase of entertaining. Mention a meal featuring fish or fowl, and Elsa Maxwell pictures that let's hear it in her own words.
The thought of a piping hot fish or chicken dinner naturally calls up for me the picture of glasses of chilled Roma Sauterne at each plate. Roma California Sauterne is delicate, pale gold in color, delightful in bouquet, and even more important, exquisite in taste. Roma Sauterne goes perfectly with any food and tastes as good whether served in ordinary or fancy glasses. The one important thing to remember about this distinguished Sauterne is the name, Roma.
Each glassful of golden Roma Sauterne reflects the heritage of all Roma wines. Choice grapes, slowly brought to perfection in fertile California's choicest vineyards, then gently pressed,
then carefully guided with the ancient wine-making skill of Roma wineries to the full goodness you enjoy in every Roma wine. Roma wines do not vary, are always high in quality of bouquet, color, and flavor. Yet all this Roma wine goodness is yours for only pennies a glass. No wonder more Americans enjoy Roma than any other wines. R-O-M-A, Roma wines.
And now it is with pleasure that Roma Wines bring back to our soundstage Mr. Humphrey Bogart, who, in the character of Ben Grace, keeps an adventurous rendezvous in Love's Lovely Counterfeit, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
All right, get rolling.
Are you...
That's right, get rolling. So you're June Lyons, the brains of the opposition.
What's this hot tip you told me about over the phone? I don't have much time.
What's the matter? You worried?
Not particularly.
Well, you don't have to be. I'm not interested in you.
Why do you want to see Johnson elected?
Suppose you let me ask the question.
All right.
I'll ask you the same one. Why are you working for Johnson?
Oh, I'm just one of those crazy idealists, I guess.
Just a missionary, huh?
Well, Johnson may not be the best man in the world, but at least he isn't hooked up with a racketeer like Saul Casper, the way Maddox is.
June.
Oh, it's June now. What's your name?
Maybe I'll tell you that later, and maybe I won't. Listen, June. If you were one of those earnest kids who stand around on street corners handing out leaflets, I might believe you wanted to reform the world, but you're not. I know that you know that electing Johnson isn't going to reform the world or even reform Lake City. It just doesn't make that much difference.
Well, it does to me. But there's something else, too.
Like what?
If Johnson wins, of course, I'll get a city job out of it. A good one.
That's more like it.
But I want to explain why.
You don't have to explain anything.
But I want to. I'm a lawyer. At least I have a degree from law school. And I want to be a good lawyer. If you start out on your own, it can take years. But with the right job at City Hall, you can build up a practice in no time.
Okay. As long as it's the dough you're thinking about, we can do business.
Oh, with some just money.
I know. Now listen. I know. You're a missionary. Now listen, if I give you some dirt on Sal Casper that'll send him up for 10 years or so, Jansen wins, right?
Well, you can prove it.
You're going to prove it. 3 punks from Chicago are sticking up the Castleton First National Bank at about 3 this afternoon. Sal Casper's hiding them out at his hotel, room 480. If there's any shooting at the bank and anybody gets killed, it'll be that much better. You'll have them for accessory to murder. You have your people there at 4 o'clock. I'll take care of the rest.
Well, if we come out with this and it can't be proved, it's criminal libel. And that's all Jansen needs to really lose.
So, what do you think?
I think you're working for Maddox and Casper.
Well, it could be. But at least I know my law.
What law?
The Castleton Bank is insured by the government. That makes the stick-up a federal rap. If you want the number of the FBI, I'll give it to you.
Oh.
And for your information, my name is Ben Grace, and I work for Sal Casper. So, I'm not a guy who's in a very good position to go around giving phony tips to the FBI. You can pull right up here.
Why are you doing this?
Because I just decided Sal Casper is mean, and he's greedy. Got enough?
You say so. Room 480 at 4 o'clock. Ben?
Yeah?
Will I see you afterward?
Now, don't worry, baby. You'll see me. So this is room 480. Huh. Looks just like room 481. Hiya, Lefty.
Sit down, Ben. You didn't take it too hard what Sally said, did you?
I can't say I liked it. What time is it?
Oh, a couple of minutes to 4.
You know, it's too bad about you, Ben.
What's too bad?
That you don't like trouble. You could go a long way in this racket, Ben, because you got brains. Now, me, I don't have the brains.
I wouldn't.
Did I ever tell you how I started, Ben?
No.
I was a preacher.
A what?
Yep, a preacher. So help me. By rights, I still am. Look here, I got the license right here in my wallet. It was one of those hillbilly outfits, and the bishop, as he called himself, was so far away from me that he never ever heard about me, I guess. Anyway, he never canceled the license.
Reverend Richard Jose Gauss. Yeah, that's one for the books, Lefty.
I was just a kid. But I got hooked up with one of those big-time evangelists, and if I'd stuck to it, I could have hit the big time myself. But you know what I did? The first time we made a really big take, I tied a handkerchief over my face, got me a rod, and stick up the cash box. And they caught me. That's how I know I haven't got brains.
I wouldn't let it worry you, Lefty.
That's not what's worrying me now, Ben.
Oh, what is?
What's going to be happening in here in a couple of minutes? You ever sat in on a divvy before, Ben?
No. I wouldn't be now, except for the manpower shortage.
These are 3 wild kids, Ben. Chances are they'll be coked to the ears and slobbering at the mouth with being half scared to death and half crazy with excitement, thinking how much dough they got and what big shot public enemies they are. And we, yeah, you and me, we got to walk up and take 20 grand away from them.
All right. Here they are. So now we're going to find out how it's done.
This is it. Get him in here.
Oh, Johnny, don't leave me. Will you, Johnny?
Get him over there. Who are you?
I'm the man that collects the room rent.
Yeah, well, stick him up. Frisk him, Marty.
Go ahead. I don't need a rod to handle punks like you.
This guy's clean, Johnny.
What about the other one?
He's with me, and he's got a gun, and don't try to take it away from him because it's an old family heirloom, and he's fond of it.
Oh, yeah?
Now stop acting like something you've seen in the movies and put that cannon away. Might drop it and break somebody's foot.
Johnny.
What's the matter with your pal there?
He got shot.
Anybody else?
No. The guard shot him when we were pulling out.
Oh, Johnny.
You better get him over there on the
Johnny, we're
bed.
going too fast, Johnny.
Yeah?
Going too fast. I'm going too fast.
He's out of his head.
Yeah. You get the dough?
Did we get the dough? Look at this wise guy. 40 grand, maybe more.
You know how much this room is costing you?
How much?
20 grand.
20 grand.
That's right. I'll be back after a while to collect it. What are you going to do with your pal there with the holes in it?
I don't know.
Johnny.
You know that's bad, don't you?
Why?
Kid's out of his head already. Suppose he makes trouble, starts screaming or something.
You got doctors, haven't you?
Sure, but that kind of a doctor, that's one more guy that have to get a cut. Pretty soon you guys won't have anything left but small change.
That's what you think.
But, of course, maybe the kid will die.
Yeah? Then what do we do? That's even worse.
Oh, no. No, that'll be easy. We'll be seeing you.
I hope you know what you're doing, Ben.
I think so. Come on, I got the room next door.
You know you're just as good as signing that kid's death warrant, don't you?
That's right.
The other 2 will knock him off now before we got time to do it.
Now, listen, I got the transom open and connecting your door.
What you gonna do? Johnny. No.
They did it.
Yeah. Maybe we better call Sal, huh?
I hope you know what you're doing.
Now, give me Mr. Casper. Ben Gray speaking.
Yes, sir. I hope you know what you're doing, Ben.
Sal, this is Ben. You better come up to room 480, Sal. They want to see you personally. I said they want to see you personally. Well, do you want your dough or don't you? I'm not going to wrestle them for it. Okay. He'll be right up.
Then what?
What do you mean, then what?
Ben.
Yeah?
If you got any little plans, you know I'm all for them, don't you?
Sure.
And you know I hope they come off, don't you?
Sure.
But if they don't come off, you know where I stand on that, too, don't you?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know. You stand right behind me with a gun in my back.
Just so you know, Ben.
You know, I can see how you would have made a preacher, Lefty. You've got a terrible streak of honesty in you.
Just so you know, Ben.
Now, listen, there he is.
I'm Saul Casper. What's going on here?
There's been a little trouble, Mr. Casper.
What kind of trouble?
Arch here, he just died.
Died?
He was shot.
All right, so we'll get him out of here tonight. You got the dough?
Sure, we got it.
Let's see it.
Here.
All right, put up your hands, all of you.
What is it?
Department of Justice. You're all under arrest.
Well, that's all, pal.
Ben, where you going?
I got a date with a missionary. Hello, baby. Where's my good evening kiss?
Oh, Ben, please. I want to talk to you.
What about?
Don't you know?
Yeah, I guess maybe I do.
Oh, we can't go on like this, Ben. It isn't right. It isn't fair to Jansen. It isn't fair to... Well, it isn't fair to me.
So what's so unfair about it?
You know what's unfair about it. Mr. Jansen promised the people of Lake City that if he got elected, he'd clean up the town.
All right, why doesn't he do it? He's had 6 months.
Because he doesn't even know what's going on.
Great. Then what's the beef?
Well, I know what's going on. The horse racing places and the gambling places and all the other places are just as open as they ever were. And I know who's keeping them open.
Of course you do. I am. Listen, honey, if I wasn't bossing the organization, someone else would be. People like to bet, people like to gamble.
Ben, don't you see? I'm a city official. I have an obligation to the people of this community. To the people who elected Johnson because they believed in...
Still a missionary, huh?
Well, I'm not a racketeer.
Maybe not. But you're the next thing to it.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, where do you think the dough came from for that car I got you and the fur coat and this place?
You never told me.
Did I have to? You knew I didn't get it from a long-lost uncle. So why don't you admit it, baby? You're a chiseler.
Am I?
Sure, just like me. Only I'm honest about it. You are not.
Then I will be. Starting now. Starting tonight.
What are you going to do, turn me in?
Oh, Ben.
Maybe your big mistake was falling in love with me, baby. Now there isn't much you can do about it, is there?
Oh, Ben, quit it, please. Get out of it. For my sake, just because I don't like it. Because I hate it.
Maybe I don't like it either. It's all I know how to do.
What was...
Hiya, Benny.
Saul.
Surprised?
Kind of. Did you break out?
Yeah, just to see you, Benny. Put up your hands.
Well, you know I never carry a rod.
Maybe you sort of wish you did now, huh? Not that you'd have a chance to use it.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to kill your boyfriend, sweetheart. And when I've done that, I'll think of something real nice to do to you.
Oh.
You sit right there where you are, sweetheart. Benny, you start backing up to that door. Slow. That's the bathroom, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think I'll kill you in the bathtub, Benny. That way it'll be quiet. There won't be so much of a mess. Now, reach behind you real careful and open the door. And when I tell you to start backing in, you back in. All right, start backing. Up! Outside! Don't leave me down.
June!
Is he...
Yeah. Since when have you been carrying a gun?
Lately. Ben, are you all right?
Yeah, I just want to sit down a minute.
Oh, Ben.
We got to get out of here, baby.
Ben, listen to me. We'll go away. We'll get out of the country. We'll go to Canada.
Sure.
We can get married there. You do want to marry me, don't you, Ben?
No, you know I do, baby.
You can join the army up there. I'll do something, too. We'll do something decent with our lives. Oh, darling, I know it's been partly my fault. I know I've been weak, but it isn't too late to begin again, is it, darling?
Maybe not. But your aim on that second shot wasn't too good, baby.
Ben.
So there's just one thing that's stopping it.
Ben, what?
The bullet hole in my belly.
Well, hello, big shot. You've been in the land of Nod, haven't you?
Where am I?
The city hospital.
Yeah? What are you doing here?
Reading the funny papers, can't you tell?
Why can't you read them at home?
The
because there's been a little thing that we policemen call murder, Big Shot. You're what we call a material witness.
Where's June? June Lyons.
She's in a nice, cozy cell. When she comes to trial, your statement will probably send her up for 5 or 10 years to another nice, cozy cell.
What statement?
Oh, you talk.
Yeah?
You know what you got, Big Shot?
Sure. I got ventilated with a lead slug.
Yeah, but that's not all. You got peritonitis.
Oh, I have. So what?
So, I've seen guys with peritonitis before. You know what happens? First they start getting a fever. Then they get kind of lightheaded. Then they get thirsty. Terribly thirsty. And after a while you get so you can make them talk without they hardly know that they're talking. Yeah, you talk all right.
You think so?
I know so.
Where's Lefty Gauss?
You mean your faithful servant? He's right outside.
Well, can I talk to him alone?
Sure, why not? Hey, Putty Nose, your boss wants to see you.
Thanks, you funny fella. How you been? How you feeling?
Not too good. I got some plans to talk over with you, Lefty.
Okay.
Oh, Flatfoot.
Yeah, what do we have now, Big Shot?
You say the DA wants me to talk, huh?
Maybe he was just pretending.
Well, suppose I had some conditions.
Like what?
Well, like I only talk in the apartment where it happened, June Lyons' apartment. June Lyons has got to be there. And Lefty here, too, to back up some things I might say.
That might be arranged.
You think the DA might forget a couple of those little things he's been holding against me if I talk?
That'd be the general idea.
Okay. You can close the door as you go out and tell the DA to be around in about an hour. I'll talk.
All I'm saying is that I won't be responsible. Dragging a man in his condition way out here in an ambulance, lugging him up 3 flights of stairs on a stretcher.
Doc, that's the way he wanted it, and that's the way it's going to be. All right, everybody here. Miss Lyons?
Yes.
Lefty Gauss?
Yes.
How is he, Doctor?
I've already told you. But he can talk.
Stop worrying about me, Mr. DA. You're breaking my heart.
Are you ready to start, Ben?
Uh-huh. Do I have a glass of water?
Yes, of course.
Thanks. All right, I'm ready.
Do you, Ben, take this woman, June, to be thy lawful wedded wife, to love and to cherish, for better, for worse, to death do you part?
What's going on here?
Quiet.
I do.
Do you, June, take this man, Ben, to be thy lawful wedded husband, to love and to cherish, for better, for worse, till death do you part?
I do.
I pronounce...
Oh, no, you don't.
Oh, yes, I do. I'm a licensed preacher, and this is Miss June Lyons' apartment, and it's outside the city's jurisdiction. It's in the county. And this marriage license was taken out at the county courthouse 1 minute before they closed today. And when I sign it, brother, it's legal. I pronounce you man and wife.
I suppose you've heard that a man can't testify against his wife, Mr. DA.
Yes, I know.
Oh, and by the way, you mind if I kiss the bride?
Oh, go ahead.
Ben, darling. That was the finest.
Oh, that was nice.
Ben, your face is so hot.
Yeah. I thought maybe I was going to make it, baby, but I guess I'm not.
Oh, Ben. Ben. Doctor, quick, doctor.
So long, missionary. Mrs. Missionary.
Oh, no. Oh, Ben.
O Lord, we pray thee to receive the spirit of our dearly departed, and to forgive him his trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us.
And so closes Roma Wine's presentation of Love's Lovely Counterfeit, starring Humphrey Bogart, and written by James M. Cain.
Doreen Tuttle appeared as June opposite Mr. Bogart in tonight's study in Suspense.
Before Mr. Humphrey Bogart returns to our microphone, this is Truman Bradley for Roma Wines. Few hostesses have entertained as extensively, as often as the world-renowned hostess, Miss Elsa Maxwell. That's why these words of hers are significant.
Back in the horse and buggy days, the serving of wine was surrounded by all manner of complicated do's and don'ts. Today, it's fashionable to serve delicious Roma wines whenever and however you choose. For example, the delicious, versatile Roma California Tokay is a light, moderately sweet, plain bright wine that goes well before or after meals. During the cocktail hour, actually delightful at any time. Everyone enjoys the velvety, smooth, rich flavor of Roma Tokay, served cool.
While Roma Tokay is different in flavor from other Roma wines, it is like them in these respects. Always delicious, never varying in fine quality. And since Roma wines cost only pennies a glass, you can serve them often. Remember, more Americans enjoy Roma than any other wine. And the next time you use vermouth, sweet or dry, choose Roma vermouth. Zestful, full-flavored Roma vermouth is blended, mellowed, and developed with all the traditional wine-making skill of the Roma wineries, yet surprisingly low-priced. Try Roma vermouth soon, won't you?
This is Humphrey Bogart. It's been a great pleasure and privilege to appear for the Suspense audience, and I hope they'll have me back soon. I'm certainly going to make it a point to hear next Thursday's Suspense show, which sounds like one of the most unusual of the year. Two of the most distinguished ladies of the acting profession will be your stars. There's 75 years difference between their ages. They are Miss Margaret O'Brien and Dame May Whitty.
Suspense is produced, edited, and directed by William Spear. Next Thursday, same time, Roma Wines will present Dame May Whitty and Margaret O'Brien as co-stars of Suspense.
Presented by Roma Wines, R-O-M-A, made in California for enjoyment throughout the world. Broadcasting System. Distinctive Roma wines are grown in California's choicest vineyards, beginning with choice wine grapes picked and gently pressed at the top of their flavor richness, then watched over and developed with all the ancient winemaker's skill of Roma's famed wineries. The quality of Roma wines never varies. Always the same tempting flavor. Yet all this goodness is yours for only pennies a glass. No wonder more Americans enjoy Roma than any other wine. R-O-M-A, Roma wine.
And now it is with pleasure that we bring back to our soundstage Mr. Thomas Mitchell, who resumes his role as father and fugitive in John Barby and Son, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. We'll get us a room now and get some rest. I'm going in alone. It's not good for us to be seen together. You wait here on this bench, and you're not to talk to anyone. Not to anyone. Do you understand? I won't be long.
Good evening, sir.
I'd like to have a room, please.
Oh, you're very lucky, sir. I've just had a single vacated.
Oh, you haven't a double?
Oh, I'm sorry, I haven't. I thought you were alone.
Oh, well, I am, but I prefer a double bed.
I'm afraid you're going to have trouble finding any kind of a room in San Diego, sir. We're lucky to have this one.
Yes, I'll take it. It'll be all right.
All right, sign here, please. Yes. It's really not a small bed. It's 3/4 size. Here's your key, sir.
Oh, that's fine. Thank you. Oh, could you tell me, is it on the ground floor?
Huh? Why, no, it isn't.
Oh.
Had you wanted it on the ground floor?
Yes. You see, I'm a little nervous about fires.
Oh, well, there's a fire escape just down the hall from you.
Oh, there is? That'll be all right, then. I've got to get... I'm going out for a while. I'll be back later. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Did you hear that, Miss White?
Yeah.
Can't sleep in a single bed. Afraid of fires.
I'll tell you meet all kinds, don't you?
You certainly do.
I'm right behind you, Carl. Yes, son. Nothing to be afraid of. Never been on a fire escape before, have you? It's fun, isn't it? It's only a little ways now. Here, take my arm. Here we are. Now, you stay back until I look in the window first. See if anyone's in the hallway. Huh? It's all right. Sure, it's all right. It's all right. Come on. I'll help you through. Someone's coming. Stay out there, Carl. No. Stay out there on the fire escape. Don't make a sound.
Mr. Wilson.
Oh, good evening.
Aren't you at the wrong end of the hallway, sir?
Yes,
Can't you find your room?
Yes, but I was just looking around.
Oh, the fire escape.
Yes.
I see. You wanted to try it out, huh?
I'm a little nervous.
I understand, sir. Would you like me to show you how to get out onto it?
Oh, no, thank you. I've been out there already.
Oh, you have?
Uh-huh.
Well, you feel better about it then?
Yes, thank you.
Anything I can do for you, sir?
No, I'll be getting to my room now.
Well, I guess we'd better close this window. It looks like a rain's coming.
I'll close it.
Okay, sir. Good night, Mr. Wilson. I hope you sleep well, sir.
Good night. It's all right. Come on, Carl. Careful now. Follow me, quickly. There now. Hungry, Carl? Well, I'll get us something to eat. Then we'll have a good night's rest.
Miss White.
Yeah?
I just found the old boy up in the hallway. He was trying out the fire escape. Can you beat it?
When?
Just now.
Well, but how did he get up to his room? He didn't come back through the lobby.
What? He didn't.
No. I know I would have seen him.
He must have used the fire escape then. Hey, there's something funny going on around here.
Hey, look, it's his room. Office? No. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Wilson, but we don't have meals sent up anymore. There's a cocktail lounge and a restaurant on the roof. Oh, it's really quite nice. And there's a terrace where you can step out and get a wonderful view of the entire city. Yes, sir. You're welcome. Meals sent up. I guess he don't know there's a war on.
That fire escape business puzzles me, and now he wants his meals sent up.
Say, do you suppose he's got somebody up there with him?
I don't know, but I'd certainly like to take a look at his room. And I think I will if he goes out.
That's a good idea.
Now, I won't be long, Carl. But you're not to make a sound while I'm gone. And if someone comes to the door, don't you answer it. And if someone starts to unlock it, you hide. Here. Hide here in this closet. You understand? Remember now, no noise. Do everything I tell you, and everything will be all right. Yes. I get you something to eat, and I'll be right back.
Well, going out again, Mr. Wilson?
Yes, I am. To get a little something to eat.
Have a nice dinner.
Thank you.
Yeah?
Have Frank take the board. Let you and I go upstairs. We'll have a look around while he's gone.
Okay. Frank,
Yes, ma'am?
you saw the old man that just went out the door?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, we're going up to his room. If he comes back before we return, ring twice to warn us.
Sure?
Yes, he's got some sort of red spots all over him.
Well, I wouldn't want to run the risk of infection. I mean for the others at the home, of course.
Of course. That's what I mean, Mr. Wilk.
Perhaps I'd better have a look at it.
Oh, please, Mr. Wilk. The boy's asleep.
We'll have to wake him.
You don't understand, Mr. Wilk. He's miserable since he knows he has to go. Don't wake him.
You have my sympathy, Mr. Barby, but I have my orders.
Well, if you could bring a doctor first thing in the morning, then you'd be sure of no one catching anything from him.
Well, I suppose that would be better.
Yes.
What about the neighbors?
Oh, they won't know. They've never even seen him before today. If it hadn't been for that kitten...
I can't go into that with you now, Mr. Barby.
No.
The animal's dead. Yes. However, under the circumstances, it might be better if I brought the doctor back with me in the morning.
Thank you, Mr. Wilk.
But the boy's not to leave the house. Do you understand?
Yes.
We'll be here at 9 sharp in the morning. Good night.
Good night. Carl. No. It's all right. It's all right. Now you can stay one more night. Well, Carl, I promised your mother that I'd never let them take you away. That I'd do anything before I let them do that. So what are we going to do? I know what happens to them at the home. I've seen them after they've been there a while. They'd be better off. Carl, how would you like to go away? Yes, how would you like to go someplace where they'd never reach you? Yes, that would be better, Carl. That would be much better. Here comes a truck, Carl. Now listen carefully. You're to hide in the bushes by the side of the road here. I'm going to flag him. If he stops to pick me up, you're to climb in the back of the truck without him seeing you. You're not to make a sound. You're not to try to say anything, and stay there until I call you to get out. Do you understand, Carl? Yes. Now get in the bushes.
Hello. Any trouble?
Could you give me a ride to San Diego?
Sure. Hop in.
Oh, thank you. Oh, just a moment.
Yes, anything wrong?
Yes, my glasses. I seem to have lost my glasses.
Oh, you dropped them?
Yes, I'll find them. I had them a minute ago.
Okay. You see out there?
I'll take a look around back here.
Want a flashlight?
Oh, never mind. Get in the back of the truck, Carl. Do you understand? Yes, that's it. I found them.
Oh, good.
Yes, right by the back of the truck here. Well, thanks for waiting.
Lucky break. Yeah, tell you the truth, I don't usually stop for people, but it's so late and you're a little,
a little older than most you see on the highway.
Oh, I didn't mean that, but...
Oh?
Roma Wines presents
Suspense. Tonight, John Barby and Son, starring Thomas Mitchell.
Suspense is presented for your enjoyment by Roma Wines. That's R-O-M-A, Roma Wines. Those excellent California wines that can add so much pleasantness to the way you live, to your happiness in entertaining guests, to your enjoyment of everyday meals. Yes, right now a glassful would be very pleasant as Roma Wines bring you
Suspense. This is the Man in Black, here for the Roma Wine Company of Fresno, California, who tonight from Hollywood bring you as star Mr. Thomas Mitchell, who will soon be seen in the 20th Century Fox production, Captain Eddie. He appears this evening in a drama of desperate escape. And so with John Barby and Son, and with the performance of Thomas Mitchell, we again hope to keep you in suspense.
I'm afraid, Mary. For the first time since you've been gone, I'm afraid. I'm going to have to break my promise, Mary. I've tried. I've kept him out of sight, like you told me. I did just like you used to do when you were here, Mary. But it was that kitten that wandered into the place today. Carl didn't mean any harm. What he did, he didn't mean to do. It was just that he'd never held one in his arms before. And now they're coming for him tonight. They'll take him away. They'll take him to the home. Oh, if I could somehow just put them off for one more night. Oh, Mary, it would be easier if you were here. No. Carl, I told you to stay upstairs till I called you. Oh, no. You're to stay in your room. I'm not going to let them take you away. Maybe I'll think of something. I've got to think of something. Carl, they've come. No, be still. Go back to your room. Hide yourself. One moment. Here. Take my hand. No, come with me. You're to stay in your room and not make a sound. You're to be very quiet. Do you understand? If you do as I say, I might be able to keep you here one more night. Coming.
Mr. Barby?
Yes?
I'm Mr. Wilkes from the home. I've come for your son.
I know, but the boy is ill.
We'll take care of it. Far better than you can here alone with him.
But I'm afraid it's something contagious. He's broke out in a rash.
Are you?
What's the matter? You have car trouble?
No, you know what transportation is in these days. I couldn't get a bus or a train.
Yeah, I know. Lots of soldiers and defense workers in these parts. Have to consider them, you know.
Oh, yes, of course, I know. Tell me, do you make this trip often?
Oh, yeah, twice a week.
Oh, I imagine you get pretty tired of it, don't you?
Oh, no, I like being out in the open.
Yes.
Hey, you hear that?
Yes.
I suppose he's getting restless.
Oh, then you saw. What was that?
Oh, that's my cat.
What do you mean?
Oh, I picked up a stray cat back in Pedro.
Oh.
Cute little kitten. I got a box fixed up for him in the back of the truck. You know, it gets pretty cold up here.
A kitten?
Yeah. What's the matter?
Oh, hey, my billfold. I seem to have lost it.
Have? Gee, when did that happen?
I don't know. I guess back where I dropped my glasses. I had it then.
Oh, that's too bad, but I can't go back, you know.
Oh, no. I wouldn't expect you to. If you'll just let me out here, I'll catch another ride back.
Well, okay. If I was on my own time.
Oh, no. Thank you very much.
He'll be all right.
Okay. Good luck. I hope you find it.
Just a moment.
Yeah?
The back end of your truck's open.
Oh, it is? Oh, well, I'll...
No, don't get out. I'll close it for you.
Oh, thanks.
Get out, Carl. Run back through the road. Down the road, yes.
It's all right now. You can drive on. Oh, he's all right. He's fine. You can drive on now.
Well, thanks. So long.
So long.
Carl. Oh, no, you don't have to hide anymore, son. He's gone now. Oh, you were a good boy, Carl. You did just like I asked you to. And you didn't touch the kitten, did you? Come on now. We'll get other rides. We'll manage.
Tonight for Suspense, Roma Wines are bringing you as star Mr. Thomas Mitchell, whom you have heard in the first act of Mel Donnelly's radio play, John Barby and Son. Tonight's tale of Suspense.
This is Truman Bradley for Roma Wine. Have you ever noticed the knack some women have for making their guests feel welcome, relaxed? Well, one such woman is the renowned hostess, Elsa Maxwell. And here's what she suggests you do the next time friends come to dinner.
Flatter your guests and make that dinner more enjoyable by serving good Roma California wine. You'll find Roma's Golden Sauterne is delicious with all main dishes, and particularly a delightful flavor mate with fish or fowl. 2-point-free foods now more popular than ever. Just be sure you serve that good Roma Sauterne well chilled. You'll enjoy the delightful bouquet, the superbly delicate flavor, and golden glory of this wine grower's masterpiece in any glass.